I was trying different concealers and they just weren't doing the job. They weren't applying as smooth as this one was. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Suli G, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of my favorite concealers that I love using when doing my brows. I ran out of this concealer a few weeks ago, and I found it so difficult to buy back when I got it. So it was one of those things where like you never know how good something is until you don't have it anymore. So once I got my hands back on it, I was like, I have to share this with everyone because I love this concealer. It's affordable. You can get it at Sephora. So today I'm going to be sharing all the details. So if you'd like to learn more, keep on watching. Okay, so I have no makeup on right now, and I'm just gonna preface this by saying that I am sick. I tried to do this video yesterday and I just didn't have the energy, and today I'm like, if I spend another day on the couch, I'm gonna lose my mind. So if I sound a little stuffy, it is because I am sick, and I do have halls. I'm sucking on halls, whatever. But just so you know, just so if you hear me a little nasally, that's why. And my face is a little tired from being sick, but I did do my skincare routine. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one brow first so that I can compare the two and show you guys. And then I'll come back and I'll do this brow on camera. So just so you can see, this is what my brows look like right now. Okay, so yeah, let me go do this brow and then I'll be back on camera. I did this brow off camera, and so now I'm gonna do this brow, which doing brows for me on camera is really hard as is, so we're gonna have to figure this out. Hold on, I feel like I'm echoing. Hold on, guys, let me try and open the door. So a little bit about this concealer. So this is, let me show you guys the concealer before I even start using it. So this is the Sephora Gel Bright Concealer. Looks like this. And when you open it, it has this kind of applicator, which is great because if you're not a person who's looking for like super precise brows, you can literally use the applicator. And I've never tried to do it this way just because I'm the type of person that I like my brows to look sharp. But I can imagine if you're into like curved brows or just not super sharp brows, you can literally just go like this. But what I like to do is I just take my brow pencil by Anastasia Beverly Hills and I literally scrape it onto, it's not gonna focus, but let me see. Yeah, it's not gonna focus, but I scrape it onto the applicator to get just the right amount. And what I really like about this concealer specifically, I'm gonna see if I can show you on camera. Okay, here we go. Yay, we got it. All right, so what I really like about this concealer is the texture of it. I think it's the perfect, oh Lord. I think it's the perfect amount of like thick, but not super thick where you can't apply it or where like it gets stuck when you're running it under the brow. So like, as I run my brush on it, you'll be able to see the consistency of it. And so what I typically like to do is give my brush just the right amount of concealer where it's not too much that it's super thick under my brow, but it's just enough where I'm able to spread it throughout the brow. So that's what I do. And I really like this concealer because it says that it's gel-like. I don't feel like it's jelly when it's on, but the way it spreads so thinly, even though it's not as thin as, even though it's not like super runny or super thin, you know what I mean? And so these are things that you don't notice until you don't have your products anymore, right? Like I ran out of this concealer and it was sold out at all the stores. And I was like, dang, I really miss my concealer. So I was trying different concealers and they just weren't doing the job. They weren't applying as smooth as this one was, which I'm gonna show you how it applies right now. So. If you guys are anything like me, when I'm applying, like when I'm doing my brows, I feel like I can't do anything else. Like I can't talk. I literally can't even breathe. I hold my breath while I'm doing the concealer part because it's like, this is the make it or break it moment. You know what I'm saying? Like if you mess this part up, you really got to do your brows all over again, kind of. What I like about this concealer though is that it spreads really well. So whether you want to fix your brows because you made a mistake or whether you want to bring the concealer down, it spreads really nicely without messing up the rest of your brow and without just like going out of place. I really love this concealer, and like, this is not a sponsored post or anything. I went, like I said before, I went without this concealer for some time, and once I got it back, I was like, dang, I really need to I need to make a video about this, because it's not until you don't have something anymore that you realize just how good it is, you know? And so one other reason why I really like this concealer is because I typically use the concealer on my top and bottom lid. Well, not bottom lid, like under my eye, but specifically I like to use it at the top either for a base or just to make sure that everything kind of looks cohesive and the same complexion. And so I like this concealer because it's very skin-like. There will be other concealers that I've used where they're really good for covering under your eye because they're thicker or the color, but they're just too heavy for the top lid and for under the eyebrows. So this one I like because it gives you that skin natural look where people really have to look at your brows like, did you get your brows done or did you do your brows? Because it just looks so natural and so beautiful. So I typically use this on my top lid, and then when I do my makeup, depending on the type of makeup look that I do, I'll either use it for the bottom and then like apply a brighter or a little bit thicker concealer under just to really brighten up my eyes, because you guys can see I have like deep eyes and I also have like darker eyes. Or I'll just use the Sephora concealer if it's just kind of like a natural dewy vibe, which is what I think I'm gonna do today. I think I'm gonna go for more so a dewy vibe because I'm not going anywhere. I told you guys I'm sick. So I'll probably just do like a nice dewy look to pull it all together so you can see what the brows look like once, you know, the whole face is done. But I mean, look at this. This is so beautiful. And this is something that you can build upon. So usually if I mess up, I'll just take my brush and I'll add a little bit more concealer, or I'll blend it in, and it's like no issues blending because of how thin it is. And even there's times where, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but like you'll be lining your brows and sometimes you'll move your hand and the concealer will go up too high. That happened to me on this brow, and literally I just blend it with this brush by going like this. And because the concealer is thin enough, it's able to kind of fix itself and go into place without like looking smudgy or looking messed up. Like, I just love this concealer, y'all. I really do. And the best part about this concealer is that I told myself I was gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up and put it here, but it's no more than $15. So it's very affordable, and I think it's great quality. For me, it serves as a dupe for the Nars Concealer. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the very popular one that everyone buys. But for the same size, literally, the only thing is the Nars one is more square as opposed to a circular packaging. It's about the same size, and the Nars Concealer, I think, is like $30. So you get this one for half the price. And when I tell you, I've tried many different concealers, and I like a lot of different concealers. But when it comes to brows specifically, which I'm very like precise about, this is my favorite concealer. I didn't tell you guys the shade that I use. So this shade that I'm using is Toffee, which, let me just say, yeah, shade number 14, Toffee. Let me just say that this shade sells out often, and I didn't think that it would, but I guess it makes sense because it's a color that can go for brown skin like mine, but it can also go for like lighter skin depending on the way that you like to conceal and brighten your brows or just, you know, do your makeup. So yeah, this is in the color Toffee, and it's part of the Sephora collection, and I love this concealer. So let me finish doing my makeup. I'm gonna pull my face together, and then I'll come back, show you guys the final look, and then let you know my final thoughts. Okay, guys, so I just finished doing all of my makeup. I really didn't feel like doing anything to my hair right now because I'm not going out anyway. So I just left like this deep conditioner that I had in it. But this is how my makeup came out, and look how beautiful my brows are. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit closer so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, and so here is a close-up of my brows, and as you can see, they look pretty natural. They look super precise, almost like they were just done. And I didn't put any concealer on top. I know some people like to do that, but for natural looks, I just prefer to not put them on top. And so I left my brows kind of like feathery. I gelled them a bit, and then I just used the concealer for under my eye too. I didn't add anything on top of that, just strictly the Sephora collection concealer that I showed you guys earlier. And yeah, these are how my brows look. So let me stay still real quick for a thumbnail. All right, guys, so yes, these were the final results. I absolutely love this Sephora concealer, especially because it's affordable, it's just great quality, and it's accessible. I feel like there's a Sephora everywhere, or at least somewhere close enough that people can get to. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How do you like doing your brows? Have you tried this concealer before? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.